You're listening to Mid-Morning in the Cities on Rewind 93.9 WYEC.
Rewind 93.9 WYEC. I'm Sean Patrick, and we're excited to be joined by Dr. Art Tate, the Superintendent of Davenport Schools. And Dr. Tate, thank you for joining us.
Glad to be here.
And you're here because the Davenport Community Schools are announcing an increase in graduation rates.
That's right. We have our annual report. It's for the last school year, and some good news.
The district's dropout rate is dropped to 3.9 from a high of 10.2 just 5 years ago. That's pretty extraordinary.
It was, and it was one, if not the highest in the state, among the highest in the state at the time.
Talk about the efforts that have been made to change that number.
Well, the first thing that happened in 2011-12 school year was we put together a task force, the dropout prevention. And we just started looking at our numbers and actually interviewing students to find out why they dropped out and what we could have done better or differently for them. And that certainly was a major effort that we took. What we found out was the personal touch is what keeps students from dropping out and what brings them back. And we needed to be more flexible, and it really was a matter of having a culture that, one, it was not okay to drop out of the Davenport Community School District. We're going to fight to keep you. We want you here, and we'll do whatever it takes to keep you. And if you have dropped out, it's okay to come back. We have ways that you can make up the work and ways that you can stay in school through some flexible plans that we have for them.
Davenport Schools Superintendent Dr. Art Tate is our guest today on Mid-Morning in the Cities, and we are talking about graduation rates and the decline in the dropout rate at Davenport High School, Davenport Schools, and we'll continue this conversation after this. Mid-Morning in the Cities is presented by Curves Davenport on Rewind 93.9.
Mid-Morning in the Cities, weekdays 10 a.m. until noon. The greatest hits of all time. Rewind 93.9 WYEC. You're listening to Mid-Morning in the Cities on Rewind 93.9 WYEC.
Welcome back to Mid-Morning in the Cities. Dr. Art Tate, the Davenport Superintendent of Schools, our guest. We're talking about the decline in the dropout rate and the rise in the graduation rate along Davenport schools. And Dr. Tate, among the innovations, among the changes that have been made that have helped to make this extraordinary turnaround in the dropout rate in Davenport schools was the hiring of learning specialist Pam Kirsch.
Absolutely. She's our personal touch. That is her job, to keep in touch with our dropouts, to, again, help prevent them from dropping out and to bring them back. Of course, she works with a core of counselors and principals at the intermediate and high schools, and she also has put together a protocol that if you want to drop out of the school system and you want to formally do that, or some people will drop out just by leaving and never coming back, but if you formally drop out, there's a protocol that you follow, and it's a matter of making sure that we have tried every possible thing, every tool that we have in our kit to try to keep you.
Talk about the innovations at Mid-City High School, because this has been a pretty extraordinary story.
It is. There used to be something called Kimberly Center years ago, and it was a place where if the high schools didn't know what to do with you and you were suspended a lot, you could go there, and there's an alternative school setting. And over the years, that has changed to the present time when the Mid-City High School, in a new building on Kimberly and Marquette, is a school of choice. If you want to go there, you have to interview, you have a probationary period, and it's a school for people who need a different learning style. They need smaller classes, they need a little bit more attention, and they need more flexibility in their school day. And it has been highly successful. I mean, their graduation rate has soared, and they do wonderful things with students who need the most flexibility and considerations.
Mid-Morning in the Cities, weekdays 10 a.m. until noon. The greatest hits of all time. Rewind 93.9 WYEC. You're listening to Mid-Morning in the Cities on Rewind 93.9 WYEC.
Dr. Art Tate is our guest today on Mid-Morning in the Cities. We're talking about graduation rates and the rise in the graduation rate among Davenport schools. And among those innovations, we were talking before about Mid-City High School and this magnet school that it is. It's helping kids who are maybe might have been on that edge of possibly dropping out. And they've done so many innovative things at Mid-City High School, Dr. Tate, including their urban farming program and gardening. We've talked to them about that. It's an extraordinary thing that they're doing over there.
Oh, absolutely. The urban farm from the Deere Corporation has helped to fund that. And again, they have a very robust academic program. In fact, the Iowa Youth Congress students came mainly from Mid-City High School, and they're the ones that actually put together a bill which was going to support the equity issue in the state. So they're doing some great things at that school.
Of course, we're talking about the extraordinary numbers here when it comes to the increase in the graduation rate and the dropout rate coming down to now 3.9%, which for you is still too high as far as your standards are concerned.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if even one student drops out. And I keep telling people it's not these numbers. Behind these numbers are human beings and families and the community. So when our task force meets once a month, we always talk about the human stories, who's coming back, who we just can't quite reach. Another part of the good news is our 5-year graduation rate went up 2.7 percentage points to 85.9. Our 4-year stayed steady, and that's because when dropouts come back, they take longer than 4 years to graduate. So that's the good news, that students are now remaining in school longer so they can graduate, and that's why our 5-year rate has actually gone up.
Well, these are some extraordinary numbers, Dr. Tate, but I got to ask you before I let you go about the state budget. Have you heard from the state of Iowa?
No, I haven't heard anything except the formal notification and what's going on and how much we've got for the state increase for next year. But no, hadn't heard anything.
All right. Well, Dr. Tate, thank you so much for your time, and congratulations on these extraordinary numbers.
Thank you, Sean.
Mid-morning in the cities, weekdays 10 a.m. until noon. The greatest hits of all time. Rewind 93.9 WYEC.